Yo, New York! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Bronx Bomber himself, Fat Joe!
Todo Puerto Rico! Yeah! What's up, New York? Let's go, Yankees! Soto, I see you. Judge, I see you. Okay, it's different over here. Yeah, I don't get faults on his hat, pitch Dodgers. We from the Bronx, New York. Things happen. New York City, it's time to apply that pressure. If you love the Yankees, make some noise. I am the ghost of Babe Ruth, the Bronx Bomber himself. I got 100 runs on the hits. Yes, I'm from New York.
And you know I'm all about big chips, cause baby,
I'm from New York. We're from the home of the terrorists. Yes, I'm from New York. I got 100 runs on the hits. Yes, I'm from New York. And this is how we do. Man, I can see that Moses ain't a cutie. Even he got his head blown up. And I was just about to find God. But now the Mace is back, I think I'd much rather find him. And everybody jumping crazy how the ace go pitch. We gon' hit it out the park every time we hit. You know Stan, he the truth, homie. Got the whole league shook, saying, nah, Joe, gon' let him loose on me. True story of bringing the team back. Even the Dodgers forced to lean back. Straight set, grind, cook. Now we killing them hard. People saying I'm up the thumb, punch, rhyme book. Pin strikes on top of the phantom. And the pinky got blamed like a Rita Rail Saturn. Big jump crack, ladies sing for that. You already know that's where the team be at. Oh man, damn.
Exclusive.
Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees! Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all. Shorty, what you want? Shorty, what you need? My brothers running game. We ain't never leave. Don't know the money. We ain't never sleep. You got V12. I got 12 V's. I got Chance. Got Judge. I'm all the way up.
Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got what
Let's
you
go,
need.
New York.
Shorty, what
Let's
you
go.
want? I got what you need.
I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. We all the way up. I'm all the way up.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
For my hitters with Bentley Coopers and Rolex. Kick a chick out the room and give her no records. Had to stash the jewels, these women soul records. Keep my, I'm talking shorty her tail, showing off the new things. Couldn't take it all, so I gave her own chain. She called me top shot, so yeah, I keep a few things. Champion sound, yeah, I got a few rings, and I'm all the way up. And you can stay up. And if you ask anybody where I live, and point to the hills and say, go all the way up. Go all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. This is for Thurman Munson, Reggie Jackson, Derek Jeter, the captain, Mariano.
The Fall Classic is back in the Bronx. It's Game 3 of the World Series. And the scene shifts from Los Angeles to New York between the Dodgers and the Yankees.
2 starts in these playoffs. Clark Schmidt, 9 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 1 homer, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. He's expecting them to be very aggressive on him.
And he sees that Clark Schmidt is still walking up the back of the mound. Now Ohtani will restart his routine. He takes ball 4. It's a 4-pitch leadoff walk for Ohtani. He's aboard here in game number 3.
Schmidt comes back home and bats. It's a fly ball into shallow left field. Verdu goes on, the call, and the catch.
This ballpark's so much different, obviously, than Dodger Stadium. This is a short to right, short to left. Freddie Freeman, he was trying to lift the ball, I guarantee you.
It is a fastball. It's ripped down the line. It is gone. A 5th consecutive World Series game with a Freddie Freeman home run. And the Dodgers are on the board first in Game 3. Incredible. Had not homered in more than a month. And he's homered in all 3 games.
Well, this is a left-handed batter's dream ballpark. And when you make a mistake with your fastball, he's trying to go away. He goes inside, and he hasn't missed it.
2-2 to Hernandez. Bounce to short for Anthony Volpe. 2 out. Now it's Max Muncy batting in the 5 spot tonight. 0-2 to Muncy. It's caught on and missed for strike 3. The Dodgers feeling good. Freddie Freeman with a 2-run homer in the first. It's been a season-long search really for Buehler. His first year back from Tommy John, he had a 5.38 ERA during the regular season. Torres leads off for the walk. On base to open the game for the Yankees. 10th time in 12 games this postseason. Soto comes to the plate to a great hand from this Bronx crowd. Soto on 2-2. Slashes the ball to left center field. Teoscar Hernandez runs under it and makes the catch. Back to first goes Torres, 1 away. So now Aaron Judge. Yankee fans have been talking on social media about how they're going to welcome their captain home with a standing ovation. Judge swings and misses. Buehler with a cutter to strike him out.
The numbers speak for themselves. He's going to win the MVP. When you show a little crack in the postseason, it opens up the arsenal. Pitchers aren't as afraid of throwing to you when there's a stretch like this.
Sharply hit the short. Edmonds up with it, and that's a scoreless first inning for Walker Buehler. Pounds his glove as he walks back toward the dugout.
Here's Gavin Lux. He's a lefty hitting second baseman. The 2-2 cut out and missed on a breaking ball. So Lux strikes out. Second strikeout for Schmitty. And there are 2 outs. No one.
Fastball with teeth. Strikes out Hernandez. 1-2-3 second for Clark Schmidt. And Buehler has 1 out in the second. Now the hometown kid, Anthony Volpe. His payoff to Volpe is cut on and missed. Life back to that fastball. That looks like the old Walker Buehler.
That sure does. Now so far 3-2 counts, 3-1 counts. It hasn't mattered.
Breaking pitch to finish off Rizzo. Walker Buehler with back-to-back punch-outs. A 1-2-3 second inning. 4-pitch walk for Edman. Second walk for Schmidt. His first was to Ohtani leading off the game. And then Shohei came around to score on Freddie Freeman's home run. He goes. Ohtani chops one right side. It'll keep him out of the double play. Torres to get Ohtani. 4-3 in your scorebooks, but Edman now in scoring position for Mookie Betts.
Big batter here for Clark Schmidt because I think that Aaron Boone is going to take the bat out of Freddie Freeman's hand.
Defensive swing, poked into right field. Soto's not going to get there. Mookie Betts finds a way to bring in Tommy Edman. And the Dodgers lead 3-0.
But that ball was going to drop in. That was a breaking ball into the hands. Betts went inside out with a swing. And the Dodgers put another run up on the board.
There they go. Here it comes. Muncy takes ball 4, bases loaded. And that is going to do it for Schmidt. He lasts only 2 2/3. Gives up only 2 hits, but the 4 walks spell his demise.
Well, tough scenario to come in with the bases loaded, trying to make perfect pitches. Clark Schmidt was not able.
3-2 is grounded back to him. He sawed him off and got out of the bases loaded jam.
Oh, is that a big out? Whoa.
On the schedule for New York, Trevino, Verdugo, and Gleyber Torres. He's down on 3 pitches here. And Walker Buehler's got his 4th K.
Again, you got to give credit to the Los Angeles Dodgers, their game planning and their pitching.
Buehler will try again and succeed. Dots a sinker on the inside corner. That's 4 in a row via the punch out for Walker Buehler. 2 gone in the 3rd. Bouncing ball to first and Freeman, who takes it to the bag and ends this inning. Soto slams his helmet halfway up the first base line. Tosses his equipment as Walker Buehler keeps the Dodgers in front 3-0. Judge 0 for 2 tonight. Now Giancarlo Stanton. That's hooked towards the left field corner. Going to give the Yankees their first knock of the ball game. Hernandez to get it on the track. Giancarlo Stanton into second with a double. And finally, these folks are something to get excited about.
Well, this crowd is doing their part. Started in the beginning of the game, but got the air taken out of the 2-run homer. The Yankees, when they are at their best, they slug and they hit with runners in scoring position.
Line drive right field. Betts comes on and makes a diving play.
had to recover from a first step that took him back and did so to make the grab for out number 2.
Mookie Betts. He's played center field, but he can play shortstop. He's just a great defender.
Volpe struck out swinging in the second inning. He's one of 5 Walker Buehler Ks tonight.
Hooks it into left field. That's down for a base hit. Here comes Stanton. Here comes Hernandez's throw. It is in time. Perfectly thrown. Teoscar Hernandez cuts down Stanton at home plate.
Got him! An absolute hose from Hernandez in left. And Stanton nailed down at the plate.
Teoscar Hernandez just kept the Dodgers in front by 3 and kept the Yankees off the board. No challenge. We go to the 5th in Game 3.
Yankees will send up the bottom third. Rizzo, Trevino, and Verdugo.
Anthony Rizzo pops up the first pitch that Walker Buehler throws. Tumbles down to Mookie Betts for the first out of the 5th. Top left side, won't be an easy play. Muncy gobbles and throws in time. A little help in the fact the catcher was running. 2 out.
Hit hard to right field. Mookie Betts on the run. Reaches up and makes the catch. Hit toward the right center field gap. Mookie ranged over and made the play. It's a 1-2-3 5th inning for Walker Buehler. Cousins will now face Gavin Lux. 1 out. Nobody on.
Ouch. Lux wears this one. Got a hit with 2 strikes.
So a 2-strike hit by pitch. Cousins puts Lux on. 1 out in the top of the 6th. There goes Gavin Lux running for second. The throw gets by Trevino all the way to the backstop. It bounced back toward him. But still, Lux slides into second without a throw. First stolen base for Gavin Lux here in the postseason. Gets into scoring position for Kike Hernandez.
Up the middle, base hit center field. Dodgers trying to take advantage immediately of the stolen base. Judges throws not in time. And they do just that. Lux gets hit by a 2-strike pitch, takes 90 feet with a steal, and the little things continue to stack up in favor of the Dodgers.
That was not an easy trip around the bases.
He's limping like an NFL running back after a long drive. Kike Hernandez, second hit of the ball game. Dodgers lead 4-0.
That'll bring up Juan Soto, who's 0 for 2. Walker Buehler was tremendous tonight.
On this 3-1, he takes outside and has a walk and shoots a look and a smile out there.
Here comes Aaron Judge.
Well, here's the guy that's been missing for some time.
Up the middle, Gratterall knocks it down, guns it to second, a high throw, but Edmonds able to toe the bag. Soto says, I don't know. Encourages his manager to take a look. Tommy Edman needed every inch of his reach to pluck it.
Well, he does a good job with his toe.
Up the middle, it's a base hit to center. Second of the game for Stanton. Well, the Yankees have multiple runners on base for the first time in this game, and Jazz Chisholm coming out.
Well, there's 2 on and 2 out, and they're going to call the lefty to pitch to Jazz Chisholm.
Line drive, right side, on the ground. Lux has it, flips over to Edman, steps on the bag. Stanton is retired, and that ends the threat. Just a soft liner on the right side of the infield. Lux fielded it on 1 hop. The Yankees strand 2 in the 6th. We go to the 7th.
If you're analyzing the Yankees, they have they've been contained, and at times they've looked confused at home plate.
Into right center field he goes, and Rizzo's find his way aboard again. And the 9th pitch dumps a base hit.
Trevino will be Austin Wells. Aaron Boone went to Trevino tonight, but said Wells, somebody they still have the utmost confidence in. He's going to get a big at-bat in this game.
Fastball got him.
Wells tossed the bat thinking that was ball 4 low. Daniel Hudson will take that. 2 down now in the bottom of the 7th. And gets a pat on the backside, a couple of them as he walks off the mound. The Dodgers will bring in the lefty Anthony Banda to face Alex Verdugo.
It's a 4-pitch walk.
So the Yankees now get 2 men on. They haven't had 2 men on a lot. And here is Gleyber Torres.
2-2. Strike 3 called on a pitch that was high. Gleyber Torres down on strikes. Aaron Boone and the Yankees can't believe it.
Banda got a call and gets out of the jam. The Yankees strand 2 more.
A critical call right there. Mark Carlson rings up Gleyber Torres on a pitch that looked like it was high, with Juan Soto waiting on deck. If he gets up there, he's the tying run, and man, Torres is still shaking his head over it.
Well, the hard part is you don't get a chance to atone for if it was called incorrectly, right? Strike 3, that's it. That's taken from you.
So 2-way, and the Yankees down to their final out. Here's Alex Verdugo.
4-0 Dodgers. They're 1 out away.
High fly ball to deep right field. Betts goes back at the track at the wall and gone.
Alex Verdugo, with the Yankees down to their last out, connects on a 2-run home run. First home run of the postseason for the Yankee left fielder. And now they've got the top of the order coming up. Torres will be the hitter, and if he can reach, Soto would come up as the tying run. 2-2 to Torres. Bouncing ball towards the middle. Edman with a spin and a throw, and the Dodgers dominate Game 3. They're a win away from a World Championship. A 3-0 series lead over the Yankees.
First inning homer gave the Dodgers an immediate 2-0 lead. How much did you guys talk before the game about the importance of striking quickly, putting the Yankees on their heels, taking the crowd out of it?
I think it was more the talk was trying to talk about Clark Schmidt. A lot of us have not faced him, so we were just trying a lot of emphasis on game planning and stuff like that. And obviously when you come into a road park, you want to try and strike early and quiet the crowd down. We were able to do that in the first inning.
You have home runs in each of the 3 World Series games. You didn't have an extra base hit in the first 2 rounds. Is it that your ankle is feeling that much better, or have you simply learned to deal with it?
No, my ankle is that much better, and that's because the days off I was able to calm it down, get some treatment, and then I was able to work on my swing. That's the key. So just been able to find my cue, and I've been seeing the ball pretty good.
Now the other thing, home runs in 5 straight World Series games. You tied George Springer. That's a record. So, as you go into tomorrow, granted, you need one more win. But how much does that accomplishment mean to you, just knowing that you've done that?
I mean, I guess when it's all said and done, I can look at that. But the most important thing is what you said, one more win. That's all I care about right now. I don't care how it happens. I just want to get one more win.
Finally, Walker Buehler. What did you think, Freddie?
Yeah, Walker Buehler, he's been doing this his whole career. Big games, big moments, steps up when you need him. 5 strong innings, and then our bullpen came and did a great job. I mean, this is what you got to do. You got to pitch in October, and we've been doing that.
Freddie, thank you very much.
Dodgers, Freddie Freeman got him going early. Another home run for him. They added on a couple more. Great pitching all night long, and now they're 1 win away from a World Series championship, up 3-0 on the New York Yankees after a 4-2 win here tonight in the Bronx. And we say welcome to the postgame show on Fox. That's right. Come on in, zoom on down to us, and here we are. Good to see you with the guys. Derek Jeter is here, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez. I'm Kevin Burkhardt, and this guy was awesome, and he's been awesome this postseason. Walker Buehler. Do I say member of the Dodgers? Fox Sports is Walker Buehler. You did work with us 2 years ago, man, so the microphone should feel good.
That was the last time I was here, I think.
It was. And that's where I wanted to start. We had fun with you a couple years ago in the postseason while you were rehabbing. I just know for you, all that you've been through, the multiple surgeries, the hip stuff this year, to come back, how much are you enjoying this opportunity?
Yeah, it's weird. For me, I think the playoffs or big games has kind of always been the only thing I really cared about, and I was kind of awful all year. And I think once you get to the playoffs, the adrenaline, the momentum, I think whatever fear I had about my elbow or trying to throw a certain pitch or whatever goes away, because it's all now, it's all go, and it's helped me. I think I think long-term doing this year for me is going to be huge.
Walker, well, you weren't awful tonight. You were magnificent. And you remind me of a guy that I admire a lot, and David Cone. No matter how he pitched during the regular season, you always wanted the ball in his hand. But tonight, it seemed like you made a conscious effort of throwing your four-seamer a lot more than your breaking ball, and it felt like you had an extra foot. Was that a effort?
I think as weird as it sounds, the cold weather is kind of something that I've been used to for a long time, and I think the heater just plays better in the cold. I think people don't want to hit it, and I think that was probably my best pitch tonight. It's been 3 years since that was my best pitch.
Walker, congratulations on that win tonight. Listen, when you first came to the big league and I saw you popping 100, I was like, that's a gun right there. But now all of a sudden, we were having a conversation before the interview right here, and you say, Papi, I don't have that 100, and I told you, but I love the way you keep hitting off for balance, mixing your pitches up. When you had 100 before, and now all of a sudden you became to be that type of pitcher, what is the mentality? What's the mindset?
I think the biggest thing is when I had my first Tommy John, I kind of found some velo, and I think the way I'm pitching now is a lot more like I pitched growing up. I think it's kind of the mix and match, and kind of, to be frank with you guys, like a lot of the way that the pitchers threw when I was watching you guys growing up. A lot more changing speeds, curveball, changeup, that kind of stuff. I think right now I feel like I'm as good a pitcher as I've ever been. I just don't have quite as good a stuff.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't say you don't have quite as good a stuff. You may not be throwing as hard. We were talking about before the game. You may not throw 100, but you have the mentality that you throw 100. You go right after guys. So great job tonight. The question I have for you is, take us inside of the flight from L.A. to New York. Shohei just got hurt.
Yeah.
Go through the range of emotions you guys were feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. We're up 2-0, but the best player on the planet, we don't know where he's at, what's going on. You know, those shoulders, we dealt with that with Belly a lot, and then I dealt with that with Swanson in college, and that thing can kind of get squirrely. And so for him to be able to play, I think was a big thing for us. And kind of a tough travel. We got into the hotel at about 8:15 in the morning and kind of reset yesterday and try and figure it out. But you know, we feel confident, we feel good. We really like our team, and you know, our team likes the bright lights.
Hey, be honest with me, man. Are you guys gonna close it out tomorrow? I need to go home.
Hey, that's not up to me.
Be honest.
It's not up to me really, but I hope we can.
I got something for you right here. Mad Dog. All the bad guys in the game. Get one of these one. Mad Dog t-shirt. You my dog, buddy. I love you, buddy.
It's a treasured item. The
hey,
My
send me
Dog
some of that
t-shirt.
whiskey when you are here.
Yeah, I got some.
Hey, Walker, just awesome, man. Congrats. Enjoyed it.
Guys. I appreciate it.
Good for you. Good to see Walker Buehler.
right,
Awesome again tonight. He loves the big moments. His first start at Yankee Stadium was a gem. 5 innings, and the Dodgers are 1 win away from a World Series title. And he's got the My Dog t-shirt.
That's right. You know it.
He's ready to go. Look at the My Dog t-shirt. Good seeing you again, man. But I think we have to start with this. We just talked to Walker Buehler on set, and what he has done the last 2 starts has been terrific and so honest up here and so raw about how he feels. But maybe the better pitcher, as he said, maybe not the same stuff, but a better pitcher. But, Alex, I go to this. We came into this series, said if the Yankees were going to win this series, they had to have the advantage in starting pitching. Not only have they not had the advantage, the Dodgers have dominated the starting pitching department, and Buehler fit right into that category.
Yeah, and at some point, you got to, you got to give them credit, but at some point, the hitter's got to say, hey, you know what? We drive Mercedes-Benz too. We can, step up and make some hits and get better at bats. Look, Buehler was fantastic today, and he reminds me of guys like Andy Pettit and Jamie Moyer that as they got older, they lost velocity, but they became better pitchers. But look, the Dodgers, flat out, Kevin, they put on a masterclass in these first 3 games. They've outplayed them offensively, defensively, and pitching.
I tell you what, Walker Buehler, when he's in the mound, he looked like he's on his own bubble. This guy, he breathed pretty normal. He don't have the 100 that he used to have, but I love the way he's pitching right now because he is keeping hitter off of balance. Like, everybody tonight against him look awful. Like, I don't have one batter that I can tell you tonight be like, okay, this guy have a great at-bat. Probably Soto have one good at-bat against him, but other than that, he was missing his pitches. And he said right here, when he first walked in, Papi, you think they were trying to hit my cutter? I throw like 10 of them, and I was like, I tell you what, that cutter was hitting the zone where you really wanted. And that's what pitching is all about, keeping hitter off of balance like he did tonight.
He pitched. He's a pitcher now. He's a better pitcher than he was before. You don't have, this is a perfect example to all the young pitchers out there. You don't have to throw 100 every pitch in order to be successful. Now, he still has that mentality that he throws 100. He wants the ball. He wants the ball in these big situations. He wants to challenge people. He loves the big lights, the bright lights. He loves this stage. And he went out there tonight and, pitched like Walker Buehler of old, just not the same velocity.
I think before he dealt with all the other injuries and the second Tommy John surgery and the hip issue, I think people had to be reminded he was one of the best Dodger postseason performance ever, right? And he loves this stage, and he came by and did it. And I love what he said. He said, maybe, I've kind of been freer in the postseason. I'm not worried about hurting my arm anymore, right? And good for him, and hope it earns him a big payday next year. But right now, he's trying to earn the Dodgers a World Series title. They're 1 win away. Another big night for Teoscar Hernandez, not only with the bat, we're talking about defense. He's with Tom Verducci.
Thanks, KB. Teoscar Hernandez, 7 pitchers for the Dodgers tonight, but I want to talk about the strike that you threw from left field. 4th inning, base hit by Anthony Volpe. Take me through that play.
Just trying to get in a good position, knowing that was Stanton running at second. I know it was 2 outs, and his lead was a little bigger than normal, but just trying to anticipate it, and it happens, and I get a good throw.
We know you have tremendous power at the plate, but how much pride do you take in your defense to make plays like that?
I'm putting a lot more effort on my defense in this postseason, knowing that it's bigger for me help the team on defense than hitting because of the lineup that we have, because of the players that been doing their job hitting. But for me, I put a lot of pride on my defense, so I can help this team win.
You've waited your whole career to play in the World Series. Now when you come to the ballpark tomorrow, you have the opportunity to win the World Series. What does that mean to you, Teo?
It means a lot. I think it's a dream for every player that is in this situation. For me, it's going to be amazing knowing that tomorrow one of my biggest dreams as a baseball player can come true, and can't wait for tomorrow. Just to come to the field and trying to do the same thing tomorrow.
Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Back to you, KB.
All right, Tom Teoscar, thanks so much. You could see he's just enjoying this ride in the postseason, getting an opportunity on the big stage. Dodgers defensively, you're talking about base running and defense. They've been far and away the better team over the Yankees, right, Derek? I'm just curious, what stands out, what's impressed you, just their overall game?
Yeah, well, I think you can talk about pitching all you want, right? Because you have to pitch in order to win. But you can be the greatest pitcher in the world. If the team isn't making the plays behind you, it doesn't matter. So the Dodgers have pitched better, they've hit better, they've run the bases better, and they played defense better all three of these games. That's why they're up 3-0. But it's pretty impressive, especially when you talk about Teoscar. You don't see outfielders throw out runners at the plate too often anymore. It's just like something that's not valued. But once again, they pitched and they played defense.
Look, defensively, I mean, Mookie come up with a few plays. Here's Hernandez. By the way, they're questioning whether you should send him or not. Absolutely. With 2 outs, you're starving for runs. That was a perfect throw, perfect tag. You have to throw him. Absolutely the only way you can do it with 2 outs is send that runner. Well done all the way around. That's a good baseball play. But you had Mookie Betts with 2 or 3 plays out in the outfield. You had Muncy at third with a great play. You had Friedman at first base, Gold Glove. I mean, they have Gold Glovers everywhere. They're playing at a high level, and we've talked about it all along, fellas. Kansas City and the Guardians, while they were a very good team, they're not the LA Dodgers. And here's the thing that stood out to me about the Yankees game today. 15 fastballs in the strike zone, swing and miss. Swing and miss. The most they've had all year. To me, they were late all night. They were not ready to hit the fastball, and the fastball beat them, and the Dodgers took the game to them in every single way.
Absolutely, and going back to Teoscar was like the secret weapon for the Dodgers. I mean, the guy went in, signed a 1-year deal, and the Dodgers scouting know what they were getting from this guy. I mean, this guy put a monster season during the regular season, and he haven't stopped. I mean, he's having a really good playoff run. I mean, and defensively, that's his strong. I mean, this is what this guy, it became to be a complete player. He played defense, like he said right there. He take a lot of pride on playing defense.
KB, I got to say one more thing. You got to give President of Baseball Operation, Andrew Friedman, a lot of credit. This team has been a juggernaut for 10 years. However, their kryptonite was left-handed pitching. They went out and got both Hernandez and they got Edman. And that's a long story. They can hit everybody, and they're a complete locomotive that cannot be stopped.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know who else can't be stopped? Freddie Freeman. He's been a machine. You think about what he's done not only this World Series, but going back to the Braves World Series, that was 2021. He's now hit a home run in 5 consecutive World Series games, which ties George Springer for a record. I mean, so here's a guy who, okay, wrote the Yankees back with a walk-off grand slam in the Game 1. Remember, the Yankees had taken the lead in the 10th inning of the game. I think some people forget about that. Then he hits a home run on the way to a win in Game 2. And then, you know, crowd's going crazy, Poppy. People are freaking out here. They're so excited. And 10 seconds into the game, he hits a 2-run bomb. You're like, oh, man.
I tell you what, I would talk about Freddie Freeman all night if you let me. I mean, this guy is a true assassin.
Don't go all night. Look
at that. One mistake, pow! I mean, this guy had the best back control in whole baseball. I mean, this guy right here, he's a student of pitchers. He said the other night, Kevin, he studied pitch by pitch, and today made that mistake. I mean, that was the one mistake during the whole at-bat. That cutter was supposed to be backdoor, and he came in, and he was ready.
Freddie Freeman is we've all talked about Freddie and what he's able to do, not only defensively, but what he does in the box. We talked about him out there playing with 1 ankle, 2 ankles, 1 leg, no legs. It doesn't make a difference because Freddie is a presence just standing in the box. and he uses the entire field. I'm not a pitcher, but if you talk to pitchers, they'll say what a challenge it is to pitch to Freddie, because there is not one way that you can get him out. He makes adjustments as well as anyone in the sport. He hits the ball the other way. He stays inside the ball. He can get on the fastball, right-hander, left-hander. We keep talking about Freddie Freeman. He's the #1 reason, not the only reason, but the most important reason they're up 3-0 right now.
Yeah, and look, I mean, we played with guys like, Jason Giambi in his prime, Poppy. I can think of John Oler. There's so many. But the one thing about Freddie Freeman that separates him from the most, from good to great, is the ability to hit great pitching, elite pitching. These guys did in October better than anybody. But there is a difference about putting up numbers and stats and then doing it when it counts most, when the bright lights are shining and great pitching. Freeman's at his very best. That's what makes him so unique. And Jeter, you're right. I mean, he looks like the runaway MVP if they get one more win here.
I tell you who he is. He's a left-handed Edgar Martinez.
There you go. I like that.
Oh, that's a good call. You know, and
we've
been talking. There's so many stars and MVPs in this World Series. But you know, just in terms of looking at Judge and Ohtani, if you think about the entire major leagues, let's just say game on the line. You know, Game 7 World Series. Is there anyone else you'd rather have up than Freddie Freeman? You just feel like he's going to make good contact every time. That's the thing that's beautiful about him.
Freddie and Edmund.
Tommy's pretty good.
And Mookie.
That's right.
I'll tell you.
Ohtani.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you get where I'm going. Wait, well, for a little fun, why don't we look at Freddie Freeman and all of his World Series home runs, right? Let's go back to 2021. Let's see if we see any similarities here. Bang! All right. Of course, the Braves finishing off the Astros, and that walk-off grand slam. Bang!
The similarities is rake.
It's right. I would say maybe stop pitching up and in. That seems like there's a trend.
It does. But you better not pitch him.
Ever?
He can hit everything. He hit everything. In, out, up, down. I mean, seriously, this guy's dangerous.
It's been impressive.
You know what that looks like? I mean, left-handed swing is like Phil Mickelson, right? And if you just look at the swing, I got to go back to golf. Wait a minute, Derek. I feel like we're back in the clubhouse. Now, but in all seriousness, there wasn't one swing there that looked like a home run swing. It just looks, like he said, hits are important to me. Batting average is important. This nonsense about these front offices that talk about batting average doesn't matter, RBIs don't matter. Let me tell you something, fellas. RBIs and runs scored are the two most important stats in baseball. End of story, and Freddie Freeman backs that up.
I asked one time to my really good friend, Gene Tommy. We were playing the game at the
Name dropper.
That's right. So I didn't start it.
Party.
I didn't start it. So I asked Gene Tommy once. I saw him going up at the Metrodome, 25 rows up. And I asked Gene Tommy the next day, Jimmy, are you trying to do that? He's like, no, papi. I let the ball get deep, and I put my best swing on it. That's what I see from Freddie Freeman.
Hey, I have a question for the captain. Captain, we're here back in New York. 15 years we won the title here. You see a night like tonight, I mean, what are you telling our guys in that clubhouse?
You got to forget it. I mean, you bounce back. You're coming back in a few hours, actually later today.
Yeah.
You're coming back to play another game. So I know it sounds like a broken record, but whether you are up 3-0 or down 3-0, like we were up 3-0 against Boston. One game, you never know where it's going to lead. So you have to go. You have to take that approach. That's it. I know the guys are down. It seems like to me, just from an outsider looking in, seems like everyone's trying to do a little bit too much, instead of just getting on base, passing the baton to the guy behind you. It just seems like everyone wants it. We all know everyone wants it here. You want to win a World Series. You don't know when you're going to get a chance to come back and play in a World Series. So you want to do well, but at times you got to try to do less and just get on base for the next guy.
I like that. Well, let's see what Aaron Boone had to say after this game. Yankees manager being questioned right now.
We're trying to get a game tomorrow. Okay? That's where our focus lies. So hopefully we can, go be this amazing story and shock the world. But right now it's about trying to get a lead, trying to grab a game and force another one and then on from there. But we got to grab one first.
It's like you guys share the same thoughts. There you go. That's Booney agreeing there. So here's what we got. 7 runs. There were 2 of them in the 9th today in the home run by Verdugo. There was 1 of them in the 9th in Game 2, which really didn't matter to much. And they're just not scoring, right? I mean, it's a big problem. I mean, where has their offense gone? The offense that we're used to seeing with the Yankees, we know about, Judge, but it's not just him. They can't get on base.
Look, good hitting, Kevin, is contagious. So is bad hitting. Defense, pitching, it all works that way in baseball. But what I will say, there's 2 things. One, I think they all collectively were late, and I was right here, right behind the dugout, and all these guys were late and swinging uphill. And when you're swinging uphill, it's even more important to be on time, but they're tardy. And when you're tardy and then you go uphill like golf, there you go, golf again, they swing under every ball. And by the way, these were 94, 95-mile-an-hour fastballs. They weren't 100, 101. That's one. But, Poppy, my biggest concern, and you and I were talking about this in the green room, is the body language. Body language, Kevin and Derek, scream a little panic. And sometimes you just got to go back and have a little fun and relax. And how you would always tell me, you got to breathe, big fella. You got to breathe.
Have to breathe.
What'd you see?
I tell you what, you hit home when you talk about the body language. Even when Fat Joe came out, the body language from the fan was like down. I'm like, what's going on here? Are we in a funeral already? You know what I'm saying?
I think you saw what was going on.
I tell you what, man, your body language had to be there all the way into the last out.
Yes.
Even when the home run was hit, they wasn't even celebrating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you got to come back with the body language. But one thing I'm gonna tell you that's gonna happen tomorrow, Kevin. From the very beginning of the game, you're gonna see everybody with those spies on. It doesn't matter if you are a starter, if you are a bullpen guy, you're against the wall. You have to come with every single weapon you have tomorrow to live every pitch, every inning, and try to win tomorrow. Because tomorrow, there is not tomorrow. I'm going to leave it up to you, Kat. Tomorrow's not safe.
Hey, man. I just lost my whole train of thought. I have no idea. But, I mean, yeah, I think you think about it, right? Body language is bad. It's always bad when you're not playing well. You know, and look, everyone in that clubhouse, because I've been on that side as well, everyone in that clubhouse wants to do well. They want to perform. They're in the World Series. It's the biggest stage in the sport. They're not clicking right now. You know, that's why it's so difficult to win. Winning is not easy. That's why people celebrate, because it's hard to do. And they need to get rolling. They need one or two guys. They got to come out and score early. We talk about it all the time. You got to score early. Get the crowd in the game on your side. It was deflating today because, bam, it's 2-0 right out of the gate.
That's hard.
You know, and it's hard to bounce. Then you're sitting there, we got to score 3 runs. It's hard to win if you don't score.
Absolutely.
Gee, if you're playing them on, I would say, what are you looking for at bat? What pitch are you looking for?
Pitch fastball right down the middle.
And that's it, Kevin. To me, these guys are in between. And it starts with being aggressive, have conviction, but get ready to hit your fastball. If they get you a soft, that's good, but you got to get them off the fastball. If you can't hit the fastball, you can't win.
I like that you're on the golf comp. So I've reached out to Bryson DeChambeau to break down Aaron Judge's swing tomorrow. He'll try and join us on the pregame show.
You're one of the few people on earth who know what it's like to come back from a 3-0 deficit.
Don't talk about that. Wrong guy. Way too early.
What do you remember about your mindset going into that, and what maybe did you learn from that you can take into it now that you're on the other side?
From the other side, I don't want to divulge any secrets, but from the other side, I just think that we have got to stay focused, stay urgent. I think offensively, to be quite honest, we left a lot of runs out there tonight. Still found a way to win a ball game. And there's just got to be urgency. I just don't want to let these guys up for air.
Bobby, you said in the pregame show that even though the Dodgers are up 2-0, if you're in that spot, there still is pressure because you don't want to be a team to blow that lead. How about up 3-0?
There's always pressure. That man was in that team that bounced back from 0-3, 0-3. So he know that anything can happen. And his mindset right there, he tells you that he knows. So he basically talked about this, the situation that they didn't execute tonight, and they still win the game. So he know that anything can happen if they don't come back and trying to finish them up.
You know, the stars in this series, ironically, we know Shohei's got the shoulder injury. 1 of 11, 3 strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. Aaron Judge, 1 of 12, 7 strikeouts. We know the Yankees have more problems than Aaron Judge, right? But when your superstar does that, everyone's like, why? So why?
Yeah, so here's a few things. I mean, first of all, macro, the Yankees, I think, are doing all the same things. They're all very, very late. And if they go back into the videotape and get ready to, they have to be able to be the predators. Right now, they're being the prey. The blow is being delivered to them, and they need to be ready to hit. We've all talked about it. Hundreds of hours, Poppy and Jeet, over the years. Get that foot down. Now, I'm going to show you timing is the single most important thing for any hitter. especially when you're 6'7" like Aaron Judge. Let me show you the video here of, first I'm going to show you a home run ball. Look how early his foot is. He's ready to hit and attack. That is predator mode right there. Boom, home run to left center. This is tonight where he's late. The ball's almost on him, and his heel's still up in the air. 6'7", you can't get away with that. He's just defending himself. He's getting ambushed by that fastball. And when a guy's throwing 100, look at the difference right there. 1 foot's down, you see the entire 99 on the right. That's not good, because that means he's like a revolving door. On the left side, he's very, very square. And bottom line is, you took 6-7 fastballs right down the middle as a team. Derek, you were ready to swing from the minute you left the dugout. You got to get into predator mode, and you got to be a tiger, a lion in the jungle. Right now, they're the predators, and you're the prey. If you're going to go down tomorrow, go down swinging and be ready to hit from the first pitch of the game.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think when you're struggling, I think sometimes what people tend to do is say, let me see the ball a little bit longer. Let me wait. Let me be a little bit patient. Let the ball get deep. That causes you to be late, right? And, you know, when you're facing the team that's the best team in the National League, you can't be late, especially against this bullpen and their starters. Now, the starters have showed up too, so I agree with you. You got to be ready to hit. You have to be aggressive. But at this particular point, you just got to come out here and play a game, because there's nothing you're going to be able to change from 12:30 in the morning till tomorrow. You just got to come out here and be aggressive and be ready to go.
Absolutely. You know, we had a long career, the three of us. We were blessed with that. We went through a lot of struggle, Kevin. When you have a long career, you go through a lot of ups and downs. But one of those times when I was struggling and I was facing a situation like that, the next day, I would come back with the mentality like I used to have when I was playing Little League. I'm going to go out there, have fun, just let things happen. I'm going to see the ball and try to hit it no matter what it is. I just going to see the ball and have fun. And erase all those talk, all these people calling me, all these people worried about me. You know, that you had to come back out tomorrow. You are against the wall. You have to come back out with the mentality that you have to try to keep everything simple.
And how late did you go out the night before?
Well, it was Little League, man.
It was Little League.
Well, here's what we got for Game 4. Bullpen game for the Dodgers, which they've done a bunch of this postseason. Some good, a couple so-so. And then you've got Heel starting for the Yankees, who was their best pitcher in the first half of the year and then got a little wild in the second half of the year. But you think they should do something else?
Assuming that Garrett Cole's healthy. And that we don't know. And we're not going to speculate. But if he's healthy, I know he had some injuries this year, you have to go with Garrett Cole tomorrow, because your season's on the line. They have a bullpen game, and you have to extend. It would be a bloodbath if you're ace, and literally your ace in the deck of cards, you end up losing the season. You don't use him again. If he's healthy, the one good news, and I said this in the pregame, of him only throwing 88 pitches, and he's strong as a bull, pitch him in 3-day rest tomorrow.
Sounds great.
But it's not going to happen.
It sounds great.
Explain that to me, Derek.
Because I just don't think – I think if he was going to throw off of 3 days rest, and maybe they're doing something we don't know about, he would start preparing for that. Pitchers are on schedules, right? Mm-hmm. They have their bullpens that they throw. They do their work. They have their day of rest. I'm not claiming to be a pitching guru. But I do think if he was coming back on 3 days rest, we would have already heard about it. I just don't see it happening myself. I agree with you, though. But the game is a little bit different nowadays than it was 30 years ago.
It's a little different, but when you talk about a World Series, it'll be no different than back in the day. I tell you what, you pick a guy like Pedro Martinez in my team in the same situation. He might not start tomorrow, but he's going to be in the bullpen, ready to go. Because there is not tomorrow, bro. You have to win tomorrow. You have to, like if you had the opportunity to be in a game. Joe Torre, he had in the 2003 playoff, he had Roger Clemens giving it up against us, and you know who he brought?
Yeah, Mussina.
Mike Mussina.
You remember? And what happened?
Double play Johnny Damon to G.
Yeah.
What happened?
Double play.
Do you ask Mike Mussina, hey, you want to take the ball right now? You think he's going to tell you not?
No, Poppy, but I agree with you. I've seen.
Got to be ready.
Again, let me just preface it by saying, if he's healthy. Okay, if he's not healthy, forget everything I'm about to say.
Absolutely.
I've seen Roger Clemens, I've seen Mussina, I've seen Andy Pettit, I've seen Cesar Sabathia, I've seen AJ say, Torrey, Girardi, give me the ball tomorrow. Give me the ball tomorrow. And you would love to see that. And if he came out tomorrow, maybe that's the spark they need. You need a little hero right now. And what better hero than your guy? I don't care if Aaron Judge goes 0 for 50, he's hitting third, and I don't care. I'm going to lose with my best. If Garrett Cole gives it tomorrow, at least we can go see you in Tampa. But to go down without your best pitcher, Garrett Cole, that would be painful.
Yeah. Well, we'll see unless something changes right now, but I love that you guys feel so strongly about it. On X, here we go. Tell Big Papi he has 24 hours to practice Yankees lose in Japanese. I have faith in you. Yes. That's outstanding. Oh, let's get this going.
Any tutors?
Any tutors? Let's hire somebody.
Come on.
Can anyone help? That would be amazing.